Um, yes. Hello, my good people. How are you, my family all over the world? Hello. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for clicking, for always subscribing, for showing love. Thank you very much. You're welcome to my YouTube. My name is Darubuhle. Those who are new in this YouTube channel, thank you very much for your support. Today, I said, let me come live. Because sometimes I used to say I'm coming live, but chance is difficult. Sometimes you'll forgive me. But thank you very much for your support. You are showing love, and even if I'm not here, people I see that they are supporting me. Thank you very much for your good heart. That is I can call a love from inside of the person. Do you know the love that is inside of the person? Not the love that is outside. Love that is inside, which means it's a love that is from your heart, deep from your heart. And we are continuing support me. I see that people they are subscribing. Welcome to Darubuhle YouTube's channel. Those who are new, I see that our family is growing, our YouTube is growing. Thank you very much. My good people, I wanted to share this. It was before yesterday, I think, or it was yesterday because I was off on yesterday, but I was busy. Let me take it one step back. I want to share this information. This information is touching me. This information is touching my heart because it's happening every time, Sometimes you can feel it in your heart. I used to ask myself, especially to people that they are in Europe or they are in Dubai or which country that you are in. I see that there are many people that they are always trying to travel to Europe. Please, my good people, let me advise you, and because it's not good to risk your life. There are many souls that they are disappear in the sea. Many souls that they are disappearing in the sea. People they are trying to travel to Europe, but it's not easy journey if you take a shortcut. Sometimes you can be lucky and manage to came here, but sometimes you can have a body. We call it a body that it can make you to die inside of the sea. I know that our countries is very much a difficult life, or it's not easy. We are suffering. We are trying our best to live better life, but don't risk our life, please, my sisters, my brothers, my everything. I beg you. People are dying inside of the sea with their children. They are trying to take this boat, escape. We call it escape with our language. Boat. I know that sometimes maybe you can have relatives that they are here in Europe. They are they want you to come because they see that they traveled through sea and then they arrived well. But most people they are disappear in the sea because of this boat that they are using. And I feel pain because sometimes you can see that even the children, small children, every time they find the bodies inside of the water, sometimes you can see that that escape to be full of people, that it sometimes it to be too much weight, too much how can I call it too much how can I say it? Can you come outside, please? Please. Come outside. You can play there. Filmo. Please wait. I was talking that sometimes the boat it will be more weight with a weight. That's why sometimes it will dunk inside of the water. But that is very painful, guys. That is very, very, very painful. Why don't we try to at least if you want to try to come here in Europe, please we know that it's difficult to find the manner of passport to make a passport. Sometimes you can make a passport, you can be lucky and talk with embassy. Sometimes you can be lucky. No, you know that we are not the same. But if you have a passport, if you want to travel, you can travel for 3 months, visit that country, and then you see the situation. Sometimes even if you came here overstay, it's better than to take a shortcut of the traveling with a sea. People are dying inside of the sea. People are dying. This is very, very sad. At least even if I used to ask myself if it's relatives that they are here in Europe, why don't they try to make maybe a passport to someone and then call him or call her as a visitor to come here maybe first than to take shortcut inside of the sea. Now many people you can see that sometimes many people they think their relatives are here in Europe or they travel to Europe. Some even they don't know where their relatives. They know that their relatives told them that they are traveling to Europe. But this Europe that we are talking about is very difficult. And even to find a job is not easy. It's not easy. You'll be lucky to find a job. Sometimes, maybe. Because here in Europe, it's not the same, especially here in Sweden, that this country that I'm living. It's not the easy country that you can see that they do like in Africa, that we can make a piece work, that you can say someone come and clean here and do this so that they can find money. Even here in Sweden, I think Sweden is very better because sometimes if you came and you overstay, you speak with immigration and then they can't throw you out. Sometimes they can give you a house and stay while you overstay your passport. And sometimes if you have a passport, you can go direct to embassy and to extend the days. How can I call it's like that, I think, than to take shortcut with the inside of the water. Please, please, good people, my sisters, my brothers, we love you. We love you. All Africa, we are one people. We are one people. Let us avoid to take shortcut with inside of the water. People are dying there. I know that sometimes maybe if someone comes with this boat and then she comes to be lucky, because I know that many people they came this through the boat and then they find the citizenship and then they start to stay here. But this journey is not easy. It's very difficult. It's a journey that you risk your life. My good people, I advise you. I know that situation is very difficult in Africa. I know that situation is very difficult in Africa. But let us not risk our life also to just we say that this sea is you. I always feel pain. I always feel pain inside of my heart. I always feel pain inside of my heart if I see those things is happening every time, every day in the TV. They are showing us people are dying. People they are trying to travel to. Some even they can pass away from Dubai or here in Sweden or wherever they are, and then it will be difficult to take that body to Africa. But if you have a passport, immigration they can be responsible. They can take care of you and sometimes help. And if you have a passport, it's easy to find the relatives so that sometimes they can help you and take the body to Africa. And those people that they are trying to cross the sea without any ID, without any birth certificate, and something that it can shows. If you came here, it will be better because sometimes if you came here, you can start to communicate with embassy and then you do something and do papers so that we are living in this world. We're supposed to have the right papers so that we can travel to other countries. But I see that many people they are risking their life. Please, good people, please, I beg you. I know that in our countries we are suffering, but don't let us not risk our life like this. Imagine if there's thousands of souls dunk inside of the water. This is not easy. This is so painful. Like I feel I always ask myself that I know that my country, I'm coming from Zimbabwe, but we're doing border jumping. I know that border jumping is very difficult. It's not an easy journey. My country is near Botswana, but to travel to Botswana with a border jumper, it was not easy. It's very difficult. Even though I was traveling to Botswana with a border jumper, but I know that I was risking my life because there were many people, maguma there, that they were killing people. But because God loves me, He protect me from the hand of evil spirit or from the hand of devil. In Africa, we can see no, it's better. But sometimes also we used to risk our life if it's raining and then the river comes to be full with the water. Some people say they try to cross the river. That's a risk. That is a risk. I didn't do that in my life, but I was doing the bungee jumping. I fear to cross the river that is having a little bit in water. I'm fearing. I don't know why. But what about the sea? And sometimes you see that boat that they are using, it's like Mukoro. You know Mukoro, that the boat that you can travel without, it's not closed in top, but you. Lord Jesus. Many souls are crying inside of the sea because they think that they are trying to travel to find a job or to find a better life, but it's not easy. If you see that you travel with that journey and find yourself arrived here alive, you're supposed to thank God because it's not easy journey. It's not easy journey, but I can't even um, it's a difficult journey that people are risking their life trying to travel to Europe. I know that there are many people that they are here in Sweden. They are trying to call their relatives, "Hey, come here," and then they take shortcut to travel with a boat inside of the sea. But they are losing their life. We are suffering. Yes, we are suffering in Africa, but let us not risk our family's life or friends' life, telling them that if you came here in Europe, you can find a good life or to live better. Here in Europe, you can live better, but to find job also is not easy. There are many people that they are not working here. And then they start to demonstrate. They do bad things because they are not working. Where can you work? Sometimes you know that maybe now there are many popular here in Sweden, and then we start to find a job. It's not easy to find a permanent job. You take long time to find a permanent job, and then we start to suffer. Immigration, they can give you maybe 5,000 or maybe 2,000. Sometimes here in Sweden is, I can say it is better because if you live in within immigration, they can give you 2,000 if you are alone. but you can't pay rent. I can say it's better, but you can buy just your food so that you can eat. But that journey that the people they are doing to try to cross the sea, people are dying. More people are dying. They risk their life with the children. And then I used to ask myself, what about the relatives? Relatives, they know that people are dying inside of the sea. Some people, maybe they think their relatives are here in Europe, but why the people they died already inside of the sea? It's better even those who call the people their relatives to come here in Europe. Sometimes just try your best to give someone little money so that he can do passport. It's better to overstay here than to take shortcut to travel with the sea. I used to say feel painful sometimes if I say like this because I see that we are risking our life. We are risking our life even though I know that people they can see there are many people that they came through that journey, but they managed to come here. But it's not easy journey. If you came from Africa with that journey and then you've arrived here live, you're supposed to thank God. But not all of them that they are traveling with that journey, they arrived here. Life is not easy. Life is difficult. It's very painful. And I think sometimes there are many people that I used to hear that they are calling their relatives if they are here. Sometimes you can find that person. He came here with that boat, and then he finds something maybe permanent, so that she or he can stay here in Sweden. And then he start to call the relatives. He thinks that maybe that how can I explain now? Maybe she can think that the way that she did, it can work to someone. The luck is not the same. Luck is not the same. And sometimes maybe our relatives they in Africa they are waiting. They think our children are in Europe. Why they are not alive? And there's other people that they used to take chance at call the people that they want people to come and work here. Let me tell you, if you want to work here, go through immigration. If you see that immigration they answer you, you can see that it's a right way that you can come here in Europe. But if you can't came through immigration, know that it's a fake. Even if I invite someone from Africa, she or he is supposed to come through immigration. And they're supposed to ask me the all information and the bank statement where I'm working. Because it's not easy also to invite someone from outside if you are not working. That's why you see some people, if they travel and then they start to sell their body because of problems that they start to face the problems in future. People, they can tell you that here we are living better life, but this to stay here and say rent is expensive. You pay rent of 6,000, and then but you get a pay of $1,500. You pay rent of 6,000, and then you're supposed to buy food and the clothes and what. Sometimes I used to ask myself, is this normal? Hmm. Yes, you can remain with little bit money, but it's not enough also that man to support the family back. It's better if you are here in Europe and then you beat maybe two with your husband or someone that you work together and help each other so that you can pay rent and electricity and buy the food. Though it would be better. But most people that they are living in Europe, the things that are helping is a club, those that they are joining clubs and so forth. So that otherwise, it's a difficult life here in Europe. Very, very difficult. Because even if you don't have, because with the 5 krona we can't buy anything. Let me say 100 krona. 100 krona is like $10. To ask someone to help you with $10, it's not easy here. And everything is supposed to eat inside of your pocket. Nothing that you can do that you to sell the tomatoes and sell the vegetables so that man can come back. Life is difficult here. But we thank God because we are living. We thank God for this little bit that He is giving us, that we can live. But yeah, I say that life is difficult. Sometimes even you can think that maybe if you plan something and to keep this money that if you are working here, to keep money is not easy. You can't say that, yeah, maybe I can keep money so that I can do something if I travel to Africa. It's not easy. You can keep money, but you can find the challenge. Maybe you are sick, the child is sick, you're supposed to buy medicine, you're supposed to fill the bus card, and many things that you can happen and take your money. But why many people there, sometimes they also call people, hey, come here in Sweden, come here in Europe, what? May God help us. Because sometimes even it's better if you say to your neighbor or is your neighbor or is your relatives, try to give him or give her something to start business in Africa. I think it's better than to travel with the sea, to risk your life or to risk her life. Because some people we are not same with the luck. You can try to give someone and then we see that it work. Sometimes some people can try to do business, it cannot work. That's why I said like is not the same. Some they can plan to travel to Europe. Why their like is in Africa? And I used to learn something. I used to learn more in YouTube, especially in YouTube when I follow my brother Wadamaya and some other people. People that they were in Europe or let me say maybe most Europe because they learn more and then they start to open their eyes and start to keep money and try to open some project in Africa. You can see that it can work than here in Europe. Because if you see that you find let me say, if they pay you this 1,500, and then if you buy this, you pay rent for 6,000. Also, it's not only 6,000, maybe 6,500 and something. $600, 600 and something dollars, paying rent, and then you buy food. Then I start to call someone that she or he can come. He can come as a visitor, yes, no problem. And I think to come as a visitor, sometimes it can be a chance to try to speak with the immigration so that sometimes you can be like they can accept you and give something, maybe papers so that we can stay, but not to take shortcut with the sea, to travel with the sea and with this boat. People are dying with their children. Many souls are crying inside of the sea. I cannot advise anyone to travel with the sea. Maybe if you see that it's difficulty with the aeroplane, maybe ticket to buy ticket. It's better to do something, maybe passport, and then you travel with the boat. There's other boats that you can travel, not this one that they are open like that you can dunk inside of the water. Life is not easy. Life is not easy. I know that, but let us not risk our life also. Let us not risk our life because who knows that after they find those bodies, they can manage to inform the families in back there in Africa who died. You can see just the bodies that they're showing the bodies, but you can't see the names. This is very sad. It's a sad story. Yeah, I'm willing to help, but it's not easy. But if I manage with my YouTube channel to grow until 1,000. As they started, they told me that maybe if I manage to be 1,000 people, they will start to pay me that money. I see that maybe it will be better. I can manage to help some other people, but not to travel to Europe. That one I can't. I can't. I can't lie to someone that life here in Europe is better or it's good. No, 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 no. It's not easy. It's not easy. Life is not easy. Because food now is very expensive now. I don't know, maybe sometimes because of this war that is here now, we don't know. Maybe it will be better in future. We don't know. But let us not risk our life traveling with the boat. Especially if you are here in Europe, you feel to help someone so that he can come to Europe. Try your best to give her or give him a little bit so that money so that she or he can start something to make man of passport so that he can travel to Europe. It's better to overstay your passport here than to travel with the sea, to risk your life. Because even if you overstay, sometimes, but here it's not that it's difficult to talk with embassy so that you can extend the days. Sometimes you can be like and they find a private job than to risk your life to take shortcut. They are like those who traveled with the sea and then they arrived here life. Life is not easy. And the problem that you can find, the challenges that you can find here in Europe, or especially here in Sweden, you can see that people, they need job, but their winter, it take long time, 6 months. Where can you work? No farmers that you can say maybe I can work then farming or doing something that you can work outside there. Even those who are building, it's not easy. It's not easy because if you are a builder, if you want to apply something here, you're supposed to come through immigration. If you see that immigration, they respond you or accept you to come, you see that is a luck because it's not easy. But if you want to travel to Europe, please come through immigration so that everything it will be perfect. Because anything that will happen, immigration, they be responsibility of that. But if you came with a shortcut, no one can be responsible for that. Lose your life, lose everything. Yeah, this one, at this point, I was wanted to share today so that people they can know that if they are traveling to Europe, even to Dubai, that Dubai people they used to say Dubai, Dubai, Dubai. They think Dubai is the only name. people are suffering to find just a peace job to work so that you can travel, you can find the money to go back. Because if you start to suffer, you think that maybe it's better to go back to Africa. But no chance to find that money to go to travel again to back to Africa. You will start to think other mind that it's not good from God. That can gives you more problems or more challenges in the future. It's not good like that. If you want to travel to Europe or Dubai or some people they used to say, yeah, Dubai is expensive. Just to find a small house to sleep is expensive. Someone that went there and find a job and to work and pay the rent, he or she is lucky. It's a luck. And a luck it cannot be same. We are facing different challenges. Sometimes you can die there in Dubai and then they start to find the relatives. And also that's why I said if you travel, it's good to have documents so that it can show us where are you coming from. Because one thing that they do in immigration, if you are traveling to Europe, one, they ask you the relatives. They write you're supposed to write all the names of their relatives, the cell phone numbers, telephone numbers, and the place that you came from. So that any mistake, they can call your relatives so that to inform your relatives. You see, it's better. And sometimes immigration they can help to do something so that we can travel back to Africa. But if you don't have papers, if you don't have anything, it's not easy. Even if you die here, they can bury you here because nothing is showing that from Africa, which country that you are from. But if you have ID, birth certificate, it's easy to go direct to immigration and talk to immigration and talk with Skatverket so that they can help you to take the boat to Africa. Otherwise, they can bury you here in snow. I'm laughing, but it's not easy. It's not good also. I'm feeling very pain. Because last time I hear that someone passed away, I don't know that person if they managed to take the body to Africa. Because to take boat to Africa here is a long process. But if you have ID and the birth certificate that is showing that you are coming from which country, it will be better because they can find something to help so that you can take both to Africa. Even though if you are not same country that we are coming from. Sometimes if you have papers, you can manage to take body to Africa. But if you doesn't have papers, it's not easy. It's not easy, even those who are in from refugees here. If you don't have papers, I can't manage to take body to Africa. Because to take body, they need ID, birth certificate. It's better if you are there in Africa. If you want to travel here, you can tell them if you arrived here, tell them that they're supposed to send you IDs so that you can have something that we have in our life, in the future. It helps me too much if you have ID, because ID is a key. But if you don't have ID, you don't have birth certificate, nothing that they can get information from. So my good people, my sisters, my brothers, my information or my message to you, it was, let us not risk our family's life or our relatives' life, thinking that when you traveled with that boat and you arrived here, and then you try to call someone to come here, like it's not safe. People are dying inside of the sea. We know with my language we call it, if someone passed away, you're supposed to have information so that we can inform the families so that family they can know that that person has died. So sikubiza ukuthi kungayenzi imhlolo phakathi kwabanye abantu. But if they don't know anything, you passed away like that inside of the sea, no one knows. It's not easy. It's not easy. Some they think that to take shortcut with the Ital road is easy. People are suffering. People are dying. And there's some other countries they can take you like a. You know that there are many people that they are racist. It's like you are a useless person if you are there. So let us not risk our life trying to travel to Europe with this boat or with the shortcut. Because to take shortcut is not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes to be patient. God, this time is the best. I know that we are suffering in Africa. There are many challenges that we are facing, but let us not risk our life. I'm telling you that God protected me from the I can say we call Doma Guma Guma in Africa. We call them Guma. Guma Guma is is those people that they have secret. I used to see those knives in Mashonaland there, or even in East Africa. They used to use those bakachenga, called the bakachenga. So they used to kill people there in the border if we are trying to cross border to Botswana or South Africa. They used to kidnap people and they kill. Sometimes they take money and take something to you. But if we are lucky, they take everything, but they leave you alive. But if you have bad, they take everything and they kill you. It's the same situation that we are facing. If you are traveling to Europe, don't take shortcut. Think that to travel with the boat is easy. It's not easy. It's a risking of your life. It's a risk. Let us help our relatives, our families there. East Africa, I know that they are the one that they're traveling too much with the boat. People are dying inside of the sea. If you travel, take that journey, you arrived here, life. Just thank God because it's not easy journey. Even if it could be me that I call those people, or if I'm informing my families that they want to come here in Europe, I can inform them that it's not easy journey if you take shortcut because people are dying inside of the sea. You can take this boat that we always use in Africa, Mukoro, that is not closed. Who knows that sometimes it can comes. You know that inside of the sea, there are many things that they are staying there inside of the sea. Anything can happen anytime. But you just risk our life, just risk our life like that. Hmm? Just risk our life like that. Because of my brother is here in Europe or my sister is here in Europe. So let me travel with a shortcut. My brothers, my sisters, and I'm encouraging you, please let us try to do the passports so that we can travel better journey. I know that sometimes it would be difficult with the to pay ticket, but sometimes you can. It's not easy journey. It's not easy journey, if I can tell like that. For me, it was better if someone want to visit, come through with the passport, and then if you overstay, or sometimes you can try to speak with the immigration or to talk with embassy, then they extend the days so that you can live better life. No one can deport you because you overstay or what. No, not here in Sweden. But if you have your right papers, than to risk our life, to risk our family's life, our relatives' life, telling them that to travel with that journey is easy, or to travel with that journey you can arrive here in Sweden. They are not telling you the truth. We need money, but money also you're supposed to use here to find that money. Some people they always he came here and then they, how can I explain now? Because I can say like that, this life of Sweden is not easy. Life of Europe, yes, if you find a job or work, do something, you can do something, future party. Let us not cheat or tell someone that his life is easy if you try it with that journey so that you can come and find a job here. It's not easy to find a job also because you can come through process of school and learn this language so that you can find the job. Otherwise, if you don't learn this language, you can't find the job. You can't find the job because here most you can find there is no companies that they use to employ people. One day I was there in our capital city in Stockholm. It's the place that you can see that people are suffering in our capital city. That was the place that you can see that people are suffering here in Europe. And so you hear someone like, hey, in Europe, we are living. We are living because of you are sitting in front of this camera, we buy the computer for 3,000 and you start to sit on front of camera and they lie to people that life is easier if we are living better life. Better life for what? Even you that you are in Africa is better because um, you can how can I call now? English is called. You can plan some other plans that you can live in Africa. You know that in Africa we are farming. That's why last time I did the video that showing that this food that we are eating here in Europe is from Africa. Most Uganda, South Africa. You know that in Africa, especially in my countries, that we eat fufu or sadza, we call it sadza or papa, what you call it. You can't find that papa here. If you find that meal here, know that it's coming from Uganda or South Africa. So tell me about that. You see that if you stay there in Africa and do your agriculture and try to farm, do something that can give you future. You can supply to other countries because more countries they are buying there. If they see that it's a big company that is supplying more countries, or it's the things that the food that people they like, there are many countries that you can support that they buy there in Africa. It's only that now in Africa, most we have challenge of raining. Sometimes rain season comes to be bad. Sometimes, but last time when it was, it's a long time, especially in Zimbabwe, it's a long time. Let me say on the year of 95, 99. 1995, 1996, 1991. it was the year that in Africa it was raining too much. On November, especially in my family's house, because my grandmother she was a farmer. Even my grandfather, he was a farmer. So they used to plant until on November we start to eat maize. You eat fresh vegetable from garden. You eat everything's fresh in Africa. If you have your hand that you use to work, because you know that if you say in Africa that oh, I'm suffering, I'm hungry, I don't have this. In Africa, when you have your hand, me, I'm work in Africa. If I'm in Africa, I will show you the YouTube if I'm in Africa. I work very hard. It's only that if I start, I can get this man that I want, and then I'm going back to do my business in Africa, because here there's no business that you can do. It's a big tax that they can cut your money if after you pay, they cut your money. Taxes. It's called taxes. It's cut. So no time to keep money here, but to use your common sense to think and yes, to how can I say no? To think and then to to put together your money and start to plan something that you can do in future in Africa. Africa have a future than here. Africa has a future, good future than here. That you can do. Even if I did my course, I know that that course it can help me in Africa, because I learn better. So my message today, it was let us, our relatives, know that to travel in Europe is not easy, especially if we are traveling with a shortcut inside of the sea. That journey is not easy. That was my message today. Supposed to know this. If you before you start to travel, you said today I want to start my journey. That journey is not easy. I told you that I was suffering maybe to travel in Botswana, because in Botswana maybe you can travel one day, but it's not easy. It's not easy. In Botswana you can travel maybe some hours to be there in Botswana, but because you use shortcut roads, it's not easy journey. It's not easy journey. Sometimes you used to use those roads from Bambatsi there, and there are many elephants, many things that it can happen. But I didn't want me to be on that position or on that situation. But because of the situation that I was facing, or challenges that I was facing, and then when I was there in Botswana, I was thinking, first thing that I was thinking that if I find money, I'm supposed to do passport. Even though I know that they said if you have passport, if you don't have passport, it's not easy, because if you have passport without permit, it's not easy. You can overstay passport like that. What? But it's better than to use shortcut of traveling to other country. Because on that time, I did a video that God protected me with my son, Tsepiso. Tsepiso now is big. He's longer than me. My first son. He's the one that made me to do this video, YouTube. My lovely son. even though I know that to grow up the children is not easy, especially if you don't have grandmother in near. It's not easy. It was my first time to start here to grow up my children. I have three children here alone. It's not easy. It's a topic of one day. Thank you very much, my good people, my sisters, my brothers, for watching. Thank you very much for always support me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let us grow together. Today when I opened this YouTube, I saw that we are in 860. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. You are amazing, God. Thank you, Jesus. You know that to have 100 subscribers, it was not easy. But I thank God. Even if I'm not here, people they are still subscribing. I know that in future will be 1,000 subscribers. Please share with someone and let someone know and let him or her to subscribe more. And thank you very much all over the world that they are watching. But South Africa is in front because there are many people that are subscribed today in South Africa. Thank you very much for always watching my videos. Wherever you are, may God bless you. Bye-bye for the today. I love you. Please, next time, don't forget to write which country that you are watching me from. You know that is very much important because one day I will surprise you. Let me know where you're watching me from next time, please. Bye-bye.